I'm fine, I said, with a destroyed knee. I was 16 and completely obsessed with basketball. Not in a cute I like playing on the weekends way. More like I ate cereal while watching old Kobe highlights and practiced free throws until my mom threatened to change the locks. My room looked like a shrine to the NBA. I had more posters than actual furniture. So when we made it to the regional finals, that was my Super Bowl. College scouts from 3 different schools were in the stands that night with their clipboards, serious faces, and that terrifying look that makes or breaks futures. My coach pulled me aside right before tip-off and goes, "This is your shot. Play like your life depends on it." And I did, for 10 glorious minutes. Until I jumped for a rebound, got clipped midair by some dude built like a vending machine, and landed like my body forgot how knees work. There was a pop, not a crack, not a snap, a pop. Like someone breaking a thick branch in half. My right knee folded inward, and I just dropped. Hit the gym floor with a thud that echoed through the silence. Even the kid with the cowbell stopped. You know it's bad when cowbell kid gets quiet. Coach Williams sprinted over. "Don't move," he said. Trainers were hovering. I could already see one of the scouts packing up his stuff like, "Well, there goes that one." Another was texting, probably something like, "ACL Eagle RIP. I sat up on my elbows, and even though my knee felt like it was filled with broken glass and lies, I said, "I'm good." Coach tried to help me up. I waved him off. "It's fine. I can walk it off." Spoiler, I could not. I stood up. My knee immediately said, "Nah," and I collapsed into the scorer's table like a drunk uncle at a wedding. See? Totally fine. Everyone looked at me like I was crazy. And honestly, maybe I was, because I insisted on going back in. The ref asked if I wanted to continue, and I nodded. Scouts were still watching. My whole life was watching. By halftime, I was dragging my left leg behind me like a horror movie zombie. But I had 4 3-pointers and 2 free throws under my belt, and we were only down by 3. I was playing the game of my life, literally on one leg. In the locker room, Jake, our point guard and part-time therapist, put a hand on my shoulder. "Dude, you need to stop. You're gonna mess yourself up forever. If I leave, we lose," I said, rewrapping my knee with athletic tape like it was duct tape on a spaceship. Third quarter, pure hell. Every pivot sent lightning bolts up my spine. Every jump shot felt like my leg was detaching from my body. The crowd started chanting my name. Even the scouts were leaning forward again. My mom in the stands, full-on horrified, had her face buried in her hands every time I limped past. My dad was yelling at Coach to pull me out. Coach didn't, because he knew. This was it. This was everything to me. Fourth quarter, 10 seconds left. We're down by 1. I've got the ball at the 3-point line. My defender backed off, probably thinking I didn't have a working leg left to shoot with. Joke's on him. I looked up at the bleachers, saw those scouts, took a breath, and launched it. Swish. The place exploded. Teammates tackled me. People were screaming. I was crying and laughing at the same time like some kind of emotionally unstable legend. It was a movie moment, until I tried to walk off the court, and my whole body just shut off. Blackout. I woke up in an ambulance. My mom was holding my hand, crying. The hospital scans were basically a disaster report. Torn ACL, torn meniscus, fractured kneecap. Knee looked like it lost a fight with a blender. The doctor was blunt. "You're lucky you'll walk normally again. But competitive basketball? That chapter's over." Everyone expected me to break down. I didn't. I just nodded and said, "I just needed to finish the game." That line ended up everywhere. Local news, sports blogs, ESPN even ran a tiny feature. "High school player destroys knee, but refuses to quit." I never got the scholarship, but I got something better. My high school offered me a spot as assistant JV coach the next season. Then the rec center called, asked if I'd run their youth league. Now I teach kids how to fall in love with the game the same way I did. Only, with less self-destruction. Still limping a little, but no regrets.